All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Valleycast Cabin Fever Edition, episode number 3. I am here with the lovely and beautiful and talented and pretty and talented and beautiful and awesome motherful and filling out those jeans like full Heather, my wife.
Hello.
Say hello. So you don't watch really or listen to anything that I do because she's been with me for way too long. So what she doesn't know is that the Valleycast is usually started with a song, but we don't have all the equipment, so I can't connect to the computer. So I'm going to pull one out of my ass right now. So you're going to have to hold the mics.
All right.
Kind of pull it. Just kind of like point them towards me. There you go. Pull them both. There you go. Actually, just one, and then the other one for your awesome reaction, because I know you're going to be turned on beyond all belief.
Always.
I'm going to adjust that frame in a second as well. Here we go. Out of my butt. All right. It's time for the Valleycast. It's time to sit right here with my wife. I'm gonna talk about some shit. 'Cause we're stuck inside 'cause of the coronavirus. So hang with us a bit. With me and my wife. Yeah, you like that?
That's actually really good. Good job.
Thank you.
Pull one out of your ass. That was great.
Okay, I'm going to adjust this camera real quick, so you're going to vamp for a second and tell them your name and where you were born and all of that.
Heather Beretta, and I was born in Spokane, Washington. That's about it. That's it.
That's the vamp. Okay, so Heather is incredibly nervous. This is your first podcast ever.
Yeah.
This is her first time being front and center on one of the videos. You've been in some videos that I've done
A couple
in the
of
past.
them, yeah, in the past 15 years.
But you've taken the last 4 hours to get ready because she was so nervous.
Can you tell?
You were ready 2 hours ago, but then she kept finding little tasks to do, so she didn't have to sit here. So, welcome, Heather. Give her warmth, give her love in the comments. Compliment her up and down, as if you are me placing your body on top of hers, but with your words, you perverts. So you need to be like rest assured right now. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to be anything. You do have to hold the mic close to your mouth.
Okay.
So we can pick you up. You can talk a little loud so you can project. But I knew you were going to be nervous. So what I did to make sure that we had like talking points and things to talk about is that I went out to the patrons at patreon.com/thevalleyfolk. And I was like, hit me with some questions that I could ask Heather, that we could talk about. It could be jumping off points. But before that, because this is the Cabin Fever series, they want to know, like, how are we doing with being inside all the time for the last 3 weeks now? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. There's definitely been moments where I'm enjoying family time, and then there's moments where I am going crazy out of my mind, ready to destroy my kids.
Not enjoying family
Not
time?
enjoying family time, but we've done things like puzzles and games and
It's right there.
right here,
Yeah.
up close and personal.
Just keep it up close
All
and
right,
personal.
up close and personal. And then let's see, what else have we done? We've gone on scooter rides.
Mm-hmm.
We have watched a lot of movies, had a lot of movie nights, a lot of junk food nights.
You and Hayden are just ugly Bettying it up till like 4 a.m. every night. They're going through Ugly Betty.
2:30 in the morning. Yeah. And then sleeping in till 10 or 11.
I'm not watching it with them, but that show is very weird to me. I think it's shot very weird. Like it's trying to come off like it's big budget and like grandiose, but you can tell that it's not. And it's kind of like they almost shoot it in what I would consider like almost like a do-it-yourself fashion of big budget. Like it feels a little off to me.
It's very bright. I definitely think they go on a lot of brightness.
Maybe that's it. And that dude stole my hair. That guy
definitely looks a lot like you.
What's his name?
Eric. Eric Mabius, I think is his name.
That's his real name?
Yeah, I think that's his real name.
No, that dude was made in a lab. He looks like he was made in a lab. If that's his name.
That's his real
Mabius,
name.
Eric
Mabius.
Eric,
like
maybe he is.
Or
Yeah, he stole my hair. He went back in time and took my poof.
Yeah, that was the first thing that Hayden and I noticed was that.
What else are we doing? We've started playing Mario Kart as a family.
That's true.
I
am really bad at it, but it's fun.
You're bad. You picked it up.
I have. It's bad when my 6-year-old beats me every time and then just like a victory dance right afterwards.
What you don't understand is that 6-year-olds are basically esports athletes now, and
that's true.
He's supposed to beat us, but we've never really had a family game, like a video game that we've all sat around and played together.
We're all very, very different opinions.
We've done like Wii Sports back in the day. We do bowling.
Yeah.
With you, me, and Hayden.
Yeah. The Switch, that 1, 2, 3 Switch or whatever it is.
The 1, 2, 3, that monstrosity of a game. We played that for a little bit. Excuse me.
Yum.
Pardon me. That was my wife. What else? So Mario Kart we've picked up, which has been fun, and we all sit around and we play that, and that's been a family first for us, which is really nice. We play a lot of Sorry.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Sorry, a lot of Shoots and Ladders.
A lot of Shoots and Ladders and Sorry. They're my wife's favorite games. She won't not play them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, my favorite's Clue. We haven't pulled out Clue yet, and we need to pull out
Clue.
Oh, see, that's my favorite. Murder mystery? Come on.
I might hate Clue. It's like a murder mystery, but it's like a murder mystery that it's one of 8 endings because you're locked in your house, very much like we are, with only 8 books. And you know what the ending is going to be of all 8 books, but you closed your eyes when you picked it and you ripped off the front cover, so you don't know what you're getting into. And then it's like, oh, okay. It's the pipe. The movie's better than the game.
The movie's good. I do enjoy the movie and all the actors in it.
I heard they're going to remake it.
No.
I heard they're going to remake it.
They remake everything.
What if I told you they were remaking it with Ryan Reynolds as Tim Curry's character? Would you be down with that?
I could see that, but no. Tim Curry, there's no replacing Tim Curry.
What if they remade it, but it's with Tim Curry now?
Oh, then that'd be poor. That'd be sad.
Sad.
That would be sad. I want to remember him that way.
What else have we been doing? We've also been playing Jackbox. That's our second family game.
Jackbox.
Yeah.
It's like a nightly ritual. Putting Jackson to bed. Right before that, we play a couple games of Jackbox.
He loves Trivia Murder Party.
And is starting to.
He's starting to say like all of like the weird like.
I will murder you in your sleep.
Yeah, the Saw guy. He's basically acting like the Saw guy now because he watches us play Trivia Murder Party and that party. And I'm talking like Jackson. He likes Trivia Murder Party, and I like Trivia Murder Party. I like playing Trivia Murder.
Because he has a phonographic memory. That's what he says.
So yeah, we've been playing that, and it's been fun playing that with you because you laugh
a lot
more than I've seen you laugh in a long time when we're playing that game.
The drawing, well, not so much that one, but the drawing game, the TKO
the Jackbox stuff.
Something or other. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you laughed a lot during Fibbage as well.
Yeah,
but
that one, the drawings and the adding of the drawings, and then the things that Hayden comes up with as words to put with the drawings.
What else? A lot of cooking. We've been doing
of baking.
A lot of.
Jackson and I made a 3-layered, 3-colored cake the other day. It looked like Sesame Street.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It's right there actually.
Kind of sad looking now though.
They put food coloring in all the layers, so there's like a really bright pink layer.
No, red. It's red, blue, and green. Yeah.
But the funny science behind all of that is that if you take that red and blue and green and the green frosting that they made and you put it inside your body, only the green comes out with your poop.
Yeah. Jackson was very fascinated.
Me too.
That. He was screaming, "I have green poop!
Me
I've
too.
got green poop!"
Did you see my green poop?
Did not.
You didn't see my green poop?
I can honestly say I did not. Did you save it for me?
I'll bring it. I'm gonna save the next one. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, but I think I'm okay on that.
You don't have green poops right now?
Not so much. No.
She does. She just doesn't want to talk about her poops. So yeah, quarantine for us has been, I would say, surprisingly more civil than I thought we would be capable of. Like, we've had our arguments. Hayden got 3 days in. Hayden got like
anger.
She got dadded. She got put in her place because she thought it was going to be a snow day, pretty much. Like, she got out of school and they were all like, yeah, it's going to be fun and we can do whatever we want. And she wanted to go to like the grand opening of a bowling alley
arcade
slash karaoke joint, which I want to go to.
Sounds amazing, but not 2 days into the coronavirus.
And I was like, no, you're not going to that. And immediately I got the look, I got the preteen stare, I got the teenager angst, I got all of it.
And then she thought she could play us against each other. Like, oh, Mom, please, I really want to go, but Dad said so.
No, we don't.
And
put
then
up
go
with
back
that.
to each other. But no,
Not
she
here.
learned that very quickly that we do not play Mom versus Dad.
No, she got 20-minute verbal dad rage, and then after that, she's been pretty good and helpful with Jackson. And but we have our peaks and our valleys.
Mother-daughter fighting, and then
guys,
a love-hate relationship. But I think everyone, so many moms and daughters, that's a normal routine.
Like,
I did it with my mom. I'm sure everyone has had it who's had mother-daughter experiences.
At what point did you punch your mom in the face?
Well, that hasn't happened yet, but
Would you? How much money? Like, if I gave you.
See, my mom actually wasn't a problem. She never fought back, and I think that's what the problem was.
You were just an evil little
I
beehole.
wanted her to fight back, and she never did. But the difference between me and Hayden is we are too similar, and we will fight back.
Okay, I just slid you over $10,000 on the table. $10,000. Would you slap your mom across the face for $10,000?
No,
$20,000.
No, I couldn't do that for any amount of money.
You're
my
such
mom,
a liar.
I couldn't.
No
I couldn't.
way.
I could argue with my mom, but I don't think I could ever hurt her.
$1 million. Slap your mom across the face.
No, I think Hayden would take it for the
I'll
$10,000.
slap your mom across the face for $1 million. Are you kidding me?
No.
I'd be like,
My mom would look at you and give you that one eyebrow look,
and then I'd
you
smack
would
it down.
No,
and then I'd go, here, prop that eyebrow up with $20K. That's how much I'm giving her of my million split. I just slapped you and you get
Hey, wait,
$20K.
I thought you said 10,000. You'd do it for 10,000.
just said
Now
up
you're
to $1
giving
million.
up to $1 million.
Yeah, would you not slap your mom for $1 million? I don't believe you for a
I
second.
don't know. I don't know that. I don't think I could. I think she would give me the look, the mom look, and that's all she needs to say. And I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. She would give me that mom look, but I know Hayden would. I know Hayden would take that.
She'd do it for $5.
She'd do it for $1. Like, slap mom. Okay. Yeah.
What were we talking about? We're talking about mom stuff. Mom. Oh, you and Hayden. So yeah,
The mother-daughter bond.
So yeah, they go back and forth. I should get boxing gloves. It would help. You'll probably hear Hayden and Jackson fighting throughout this podcast, and us having to scald them is what I said.
Wow, you're really doing great.
With hot.
What was
liquid.
I nervous about? You're tripping up.
Look, if you watched my crap, you would understand that I can barely talk most of the time.
No, you just do a lot of back flips and front flips and dancing.
See, you don't watch. That was 10 years ago. I can't backflip anymore.
No, you still do it.
So yeah, peaks and valleys, but overall, we haven't killed each other.
No,
We've
we actually been
supportive.
It's actually kind of brought us a little closer.
Yeah.
We've starting to get an understanding of each other's personalities a little bit more.
We still give each other space. Like when you're watching Ugly Betty or Grey's Anatomy for way too long, I go downstairs and I play video games or I work or whatever and make the kids do workbooks.
We do that every day. We definitely keep that, even though the kids haven't even officially started like online school yet. We definitely.
We've been trying.
I went to Barnes and Noble 2 weeks before they even got out of school. Like I kind of saw this coming a while ago, and went and bought a bunch of workbooks and stocked up on that stuff so that the kids would have stuff to do. I bought some puzzles. We already did one of the two. We saw
it was a periodic table.
Periodic table. Hayden's choice.
It was the first thing that we did. We did the most typical. You're going to be stuck in quarantine for weeks on end. The first thing we did was break out a puzzle, and instead of letting 1,000 pieces last days, we got all stubborn about it and finished it in 24 hours.
Yeah, it was probably started one day, and then by the next day it was already done. By the next evening. About 24 hours worth of doing it, and we were done.
Fuck your puzzles is what Heather said. Yeah. So yeah, it's been maddening. It's been peaks and valleys, like feeling scared and anxious and nervous a lot.
It's definitely been those, waking up in the middle of the night, extremely anxious. How long is this going to go on? How long can we make this go on? A lot of my health stuff, I can't exactly get sick, so it's a little scary if
Heather
you were to bring
averages,
that in the house.
What? 5 to 6 doctor's appointments a week, and you've been pared down to 2, and that's just
Yeah,
physical therapy.
teleconference and physical therapy. A lot of teleconference, video chats with doctors. There were sometimes when I was doing 5 a day. Like I would go from Santa Monica to downtown LA to Pasadena and then back to here and then go do it all over again.
You're like the most depressive version of that SNL sketch where they're talking about the
Californians. It's true though. It's
so
very
I took
true. Like,
the
gotta
10
take it
to
the
my
405
doctor,
to the 101.
and then I took the 101 to my other doctor, and I got off
what are you
on
doing?
San Fernando and went to my other doctor.
Hey, honey. I brought us some tangerines. This guy was selling them on the off-ramp over by the 2. Devin? What are you doing here?
If anyone lives in this area or has been in this area, though, they know that that's a lot of driving. Like averaging 2 hours to get to one appointment and then going back to the next within an hour and another hour. Like, I mean, spending an entire day going back and forth and back and forth.
It's unfortunately your job.
It's a full-time job at this point.
So, conclusion on coronavirus, our journey so far, family video games, some squabbles, a lot of reconnecting with friends and family. Yeah. At least for me, I know you've done it a little bit.
Video, FaceTime.
I'm Facebooking like with friends for the first time in a long time because I don't Facebook, but I'm just checking up on people. Oop, there's a spill upstairs. There's a crash.
Yeah.
It's number 1.
No one's crying, so we're okay.
So yeah, we hope that everybody out there is, trying to stay as safe and healthy and spreading as much love and joy as they can, because that's really all you can do right now, is deal with the demons as they come and squash them, and then hopefully you can help out, your immediate, but then also the people that are, outside of that immediate circle in your Venn diagram of care. So we send you a bunch of love and vibes to be able to get through that. All right. Well, do you have any other final thoughts on Corona?
I think you pretty much wrapped up most of that part.
Okay, everybody. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And then we're going to transition into some questions that the patrons gave that I can ask Heather, because really they all just want to peek inside. They want to know. You're the mystery.
Who is the mystery woman behind Joe Beretta?
Because you're not in anything. You never do. You never. Sometimes.
That's because I get too nervous. I shut down on camera, so I can't exactly go on it and be like. Duh.
You make special guest appearances in some stuff, like on Instagram and in some videos or BTSs and stuff like that. You were in a lot of
old
Barats and Beretta stuff.
Yeah, a lot of Barats and Beretta stuff.
You were in Double Dragon. Your butt makes a cameo in Double Dragon. But so does your voice.
So does my different voice. You
did a very good line reading in that one. You were very funny in that.
April Fools, which you basically just licked my face for an entire hour.
That's a good video.
Bright red face afterwards with your beard.
Something else dropped. That's 2.
No crying still. We're good.
You were also in Abercrombie Squad.
Oh yeah. John Payne. Hi, John. And he was pulling up my purse. He was supposed to be the thief trying to steal my purse, and I was getting mugged, and I'm screaming, "Help, Abercrombie Squad."
Yeah.
Help.
If I had if I had to make a top 10 favorite jokes in Barats and Beretta history, Abercrombie Squad would be in there. I think it's so funny. It's so stupid. Like,
is that the same one that you threw the ball at Hayden's head though? And she's like, "I'm out of here. I don't want to do this anymore."
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it was in our Skitlets, which was Vine before Vine. Everybody,
Barats and Beretta
made Vine.
They were little tiny mini versions of videos.
We just didn't get paid. Barats and Beretta didn't get paid for shit. We were so far. I have to apologize to you as my family, because we were so far behind the curve on realizing that you could make money off of it. Like, we were way too idealistic for too long, because we would be like when YouTube started doing the partner program and giving people money for ads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'd been doing YouTube for how many years?
Since almost the beginning.
Since it started.
Yeah.
So leading up to when they first allowed ads to be put on by the YouTubers, we were still idealistic, and we were like, nobody wants to see ads on YouTube stuff. We're not going to do that. So we missed out on whatever little scratch of money we would have made as a duo for a while before we finally turned it on, because we were fucking stupid.
No, you just didn't know any better. It was all new. No one knew any better, though. Like, no one knew fast forward 15 years later to what would this empire be now?
Not my empire, the YouTube empire.
No, the YouTube, YouTube, all that stuff.
I'm trying to think of anything else that you were in. What? You never said no.
I was in Mantage. It
were
was literally like a week after I had Hayden and just coming home from the hospital. And you're like, I just need a girl to go into a truck, please, so I can open the door.
Here's Joe respecting a woman like my mama taught me. Don't look now, there's Luke beating Mario Bros.
Just need a girl to go into a truck is how I picked her up.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
how we met. Hey, I just need a girl to go in a truck. And she was like, I'll be your huckleberry. Yeah, so you were in Mantage.
I was in Mantage, yeah.
Is that it? There's probably a couple
No,
more.
there's got to be a couple that I was in. Trying to think if there was any other Brats and Bretta ones. I had to have been in at least
like
one
you
other
had to
one.
endure a lot of my editing.
Oh, I filmed a couple of them. When I was like 7 months pregnant with Hayden and extremely nauseous still, and then I had to film that McDonald's commercial or the
yes.
McDonald's thing that you guys done.
Yeah.
When you guys were like vomiting up soup.
It's called fast food. We were making fun of those commercials where you'd see like people playing basketball, and then right after they were done doing a very vigorous athletic event, they would go, "Let's get some Mickey D's" or some other fast food, and then we did that and then puked everywhere.
Regret.
That was stupid.
Yeah, regret eating it right after you eat it, which is what most people do when they eat McDonald's.
Yeah, but that first 5 minutes is so good.
Oh, I was also in Valedictorian one.
Were you in Maxwell Dorian Valedictorian?
Yeah, I was in that, and I helped film that one too.
At
did
the
a lot
school
of-
in Spokane.
Yeah.
You did a lot of that. You did a lot of hating every single song that I ever edited
Because it
you'd
was
have to hear it
repeat
over and over.
I'd wake up to it every day, like over and over again, the same words and the same song. That's why Maxwell Dorian, that Valedictorian song, it's catchy, but dear goodness, I don't think I could ever hear it again.
Well, let's talk about me for a second, or have you talk about me for a second. What are your 3 favorite Barats and Beretta videos that make you fall in love with me every single time you think about them or see me?
Was that The Man in His Dream?
A man and a dream. A man and a dream. Oh, a man and a dream. It's possible.
Man in His Dream?
Was that Brats?
Yeah, that's Brats and Beretta.
I really like that one. It's very catchy, and it's one of the songs that never really bothered me, even.
It's because I didn't edit that one. Luke edited that one.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's a good one. That's an underrated B&B hit.
The unofficial one. Let's see. What is it called?
Keep that mic next to your mouth, baby. There you go.
Right there.
Yeah.
It was the California Love one, but you changed it
Gonzaga
to Spokane.
Love.
Yeah, the
Gonzaga
Spokane
Love.
one. I
That's
really like
classic.
that one.
That's a classic me moment.
I get most of it because I grew up in Spokane, so I get like a lot of the references that you guys use to it.
Heather had a close relationship to Gonzaga without going to Gonzaga, which we'll get into probably in a moment, because she got hit on by all the Gonzaga basketball players all the time.
I don't know about that. They came into the coffee shop that I
totally hit
worked
on
out. That I worked
Monsters. Excuse me.
at. But yeah, it was in the Gonzaga campus. The coffee shop was in the Gonzaga campus, and that's where we met. But
Gonzaga Love, Man in a Dream, and
trying to like go through all of
probably
them
Man
in my
versus
head.
Toddler. You were in
Man versus Toddler. I was in that one too.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to pick up Hayden, and she spilled the drink and was just like, "Did I do something wrong?" And just kept looking at me like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, it's okay. I want you to spill the drink." And she just kept looking at me like,
I miss
sorry,
that
I didn't
Hayden.
do
I miss that Hayden.
Round 4, don't spill grape juice. Toddler blows that pretty much immediately. Man wins, toddler loses. Get her weak ass out of my kitchen.
She was a know-it-all even back then, though.
Now Hayden.
She wants a redo, though.
She's
She
great. She
really
does.
wants the Man versus Toddler, but like Man versus preteen. Like I think she wants
I always
that
thought
one.
like Man versus Toddler Part 2 should be Hayden, just like the music starts. It's like, and then Hayden just walks up to Luke and just slaps him.
there
and
slaps
walks
the
away,
metal
and
out of his
that's
hand.
the
You're like,
video.
"Psh, that's it.
A lot of slapping here at this podcast.
There
Okay.
you go.
So there's that. Let's see where these questions take us, and we'll go on a journey together.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's start with this will be an easy one. This will get you talking. What are you most proud of your children for?
what am I most proud of my children for? That they're good people. They're good kids. I think we've raised pretty darn good kids. Like,
I mean, Hayden's
they're
like
smart.
averaging like a 60% right now.
Well, that's because she's going through the teen hormones and all that.
Changes.
So we're working that one out. But
No, it's gonna make a bad joke. It's been funny, though.
you remember she watches all your videos.
She doesn't watch the podcast.
She watches it.
She might watch this one.
But I think they're so polar opposite that I got to take advantage of different sides of different versions of the kids. Like one boy, one girl, pretty basic there. I got to have one.
We
that
have a
was
basic
very,
boy and a basic girl.
No, I mean like a boy and a girl. Like every time I would say I had a boy and a girl, everyone would be like, "Oh, the genetic lottery! Look at that! You get one boy, one girl." But I think it's because I got to experience just different versions of different kids. They are very, very different. One's very type A personality, but basically taught herself everything. She potty trained herself. She got rid of her binky all on her own. Like
That was the
she
craziest. When she was just like,
she just was like, "I'm
"Hey,
done.
Hayden,
It's over."
Just so you know, tomorrow we're going to take your binky away and you don't get to use it anymore." And she looked at us and she pulled it out of her mouth and she threw it in the garbage and then never asked for it again.
That was it.
Ever. It was
Yep.
crazy.
That was it.
And
Same
she
with
did the
potty
same thing
training.
with the diaper.
We're
We
like,
were
okay, you ready? Well, let's go pick out some big girl undies. You know, she went and picked it out. The next day, she was done with diapers and never had an accident. Like, it was just done. She was done. So that was it. So she made things very, very easy for me as a first-time mom, which is good. She does have severe food allergies, so we had to learn
that
very
sucks.
quickly how to be very cautious and very clean. Sanitize everything from the beginning.
I mean, I've probably talked about it before, but it's not a gluten allergy, which is
Right.
the problem. What everybody thinks is what it is. It's
Right.
wheat, rye, barley, oats, almonds. Eggs were really bad for the longest time. And then
Right.
dairy was really bad, and she's kind of overcome the dairy a little bit.
Lactose intolerant still, but the eggs, it has to be cooked, otherwise she can't. Like, she can't touch eggs or raw eggs or anything. But
Can't get the flu shot.
right, she can't have the flu shot. There's a lot of limitations, and it's in everything or touched by everything. And so when I go to order her something and they say like, okay, oh, it's a gluten allergy. I'm like, no, I have to specify it is actually a wheat allergy. Like, it's the grain itself. She can't come in contact or touch it or anything. It was like the first time it ever happened, she was like from Hitch, that movie where like pff, blows up. I mean,
She looked just like Will Smith.
exactly turned a whole different character, whole different color, everything. Like, just completely changed her.
She started singing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which was a weird side effect, but it's what happens.
That's her kind of allergy.
And then
so.
we found out that barley is just this like secret freaking asshole that is in everything because it's an
Yeah.
emulsifier. It's in
barley
everything.
starch, malt, all that. So we had to like specify even malt because it's barley malt, but she can't touch the malt even if it just says malt.
I secretly blame you because you grew up on a farm and she was surrounded by wheat
And barley.
and barley. So I feel like it infused into her system, got into her blood, and then you bequeathed it to her inside of your body.
Very well could be. I don't know. Like,
But it didn't happen to Jackson.
No, but that's the other thing. Like, he's very opposite. Like, he's more of the baby of the family. He really likes you to take care of him. He still wants you to put him to bed. Like, he even has a little kid lisp where Hayden had like crisp, clear vocabulary from day one. But he says he's got a photographic memory, like phonographic memory, because he does. Like, he doesn't want to learn, but he picks up things instantly.
He's turning a curve.
Blows my mind.
He's in the end of kindergarten, and he's at that stage now where exponentially getting smarter every day, which is really fun to watch. Like, he's reading more, he's writing more, he's reading off of the television more. I'm seeing it now happen, and it's like maybe a year later than what Hayden did at the speed that she did. She was always kind of like a couple grades ahead of replacement, but now Jackson's starting to go really fast, and it's really fun to watch. He's a goof.
He's very much a comedian.
He has so much
Everything
fun.
is about making people laugh. Like, he just wants everyone to laugh all the time.
Yeah.
Even when he's in trouble, the first thing he does is try to either make himself look cute or make himself look funny, so that you have no choice but to just laugh it off.
Yeah, if I had to get to specific things that I'm proud about him, if I had stories about it, right now with Jackson, it's just how much he is, like I said, is accelerating in school. they love him there. It's like there's nothing
Very
better.
charismatic.
He's doing so good that the teacher's like, don't come to parent-teacher
Don't do
conferences.
conferences. You
Jackson
don't-
is fine. I don't want to see your faces.
Yeah.
You're doing great. And that makes me very, very happy and makes my heart warm. And then Hayden, my favorite proud of Hayden story, and there's a billion things. She's a straight A student. She's a hard worker when she
Gate
wants to be.
student.
She's a GATE student. Which is basically AP.
She's in show choir, Girl Scouts.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of stuff.
A lot of
She's
sports.
one of those super kids. But there was this time when Jackson was getting surgery. His berries were stuck up inside of his body, and they weren't coming down. They weren't ripe yet. So we had to go up and get them. And in going up and getting him, how was he? 3, 2?
2.5.
He was young.
2.5.
And it was scary for us.
Yeah.
We had to put him under, and there's nothing
Never
scarier
experienced a
than that.
surgery with a child, and I it broke our hearts. And it
Watching-
was just a very simple, quick surgery too. And even then,
Yeah. Well, I forgot what they gave him. I think it was they put something in his mouth.
the happy juice is what
The
they
happy
called
juice.
it, but
He
I had
started,
to
like,
give it to him, and he started hitting on the nurses.
started
He
flirting
was
with the
just like,
nurses,
Hey,
yeah.
How you doing?
But that was hard because we'd watch him. You watch your kid kind of like float away, like watching his mind and his spirit kind of leave his body for a second, and that's just frightening. And you hear about the horror stories, so we're nervous wrecks, and like we said, he's going under the knife a little bit. But Hayden had spent some time doing chores or whatever, like birthday money came in and
Tooth
stuff
fairy
like that.
money, stuff like that.
She accumulated a fair amount.
$65 worth.
Yeah. She got a little bit of money, and she went out on her own and got Jackson one of those like push car, like it's a blue sit and ride thing. It's like a stroller, but it's
It's
not.
one of those things that every
like a
kid
wagon.
has.
Yes.
It's like
It's a
one of those
wagon
cars
car.
that they ride in. You can honk the little horn, and it's
Yeah.
got like a pole thing that you can push them with. And
It's just like a cooler stroller is basically what it is.
the reason she did that is because he couldn't sit in a car seat for
Mm-hmm.
like weeks or something, and he couldn't have anything in that area that
he
pulled
wasn't
him
going
up.
skydiving
So
anymore.
he
Nothing.
couldn't. Yeah, because the harnesses couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't.
You know, but so he couldn't ride in anything. He couldn't sit even in the stroller. They said no stroller for a while. So she instead, because she actually had planned on spending her money on something, she had a focus that she wanted to buy something with that money, and instead turned it around and said she wanted to buy him that car so that he could ride in it without having to worry about it hurting him. He'd had there's no tether, no seatbelt, no nothing that will pull it up. So that definitely is one of my favorite moments as well.
Yeah, so it was just super sweet and very proud of her, and it's given her, it's kind of like given her a little bit of our good graces in the in the savings
Remember
account.
when I did that?
in the attitude savings account, and
Yeah.
she better start putting some more back in there is what I'm saying. She got
Yeah.
to start making some deposits.
But the thing is, she didn't want us to buy it either. Like
No,
we
she
were
wouldn't
going
let
to.
us.
She wouldn't
Yeah.
let us buy it. She wanted to be the one to go and do it, and she wanted to be the one to give it to him.
Yeah.
So when we came out, we brought him outside, and she pulled it up to him and was like, "Here, I got you this, Jackson."
It was very
and that
sweet.
was sweet.
I think I
That was very
cried.
sweet.
Yeah, I cried a little bit. It was a lot of crying.
Pretty sure I did.
Hey guys, now that we're all in quarantine together, we can be worrying about our personal bodies and hygiene a little bit more because we do forget about it, and I don't want you to forget about it. So that's why I'm going to talk to you about Quip. Quip are the makers of the Quip electric toothbrush, and they want you to know the one single discovery that matters most for your dental care. It's simply this, that if you have good habits, you are good. I enjoy Quip a lot. Love my Quip toothbrush. I've talked about this before, and now I'm going to call her out because she's standing right over here. My wife stole my second Quip toothbrush because she also likes it, right?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Can I have my Quip toothbrush back?
No, you may not.
There we go. Guys, good habits means things like brushing for 2 minutes twice a day and flossing regularly, no matter what brand you use. Quip makes that simple, starting with an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and anti-cavity toothpaste. Quip's electric brush has sensitive sonic vibrations with a built-in timer and 30-second pulses to guide a full and even clean. It does that, doesn't it, wife that stole my Quip toothbrush?
It sure does.
The Quip floss dispenser comes with pre-marked string to help you use just enough. Plus, Quip delivers fresh, brush heads, floss, and toothpaste, refills to your door every 3 months with free shipping, so your routine is always right. Join over 3 million healthy mouths and get Quip today, starting at $25. And if you go to getquip.com/valley right now, you're going to get your first refill free. Kind of like my wife, who stole my toothbrush. Ain't that right, wife?
Yes, it is.
That's your first refill free at getquip.com/valley, spelled GETQUIP.com/valley. Quip, the good habits company. Remember when you stole my Quip toothbrush?
And I'll never give it back.
Thanks, Quip. This winter, start a new routine to upgrade your everyday life with a monthly Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month. So whether you're looking to commemorate an occasion with a champagne saber or toast perfectly aged winter cocktails, Box of Awesome has you covered, from style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear. Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life. They got one, I'm going to go to this website real quick, that I really want, which I think was cool, the Retreat box, because it has a friggin' hammock in it. It's a hammock. You could have a hammock delivered to your door. Whoa, what's today? It's Christmas because I got a hammock and a blanket delivered to my door. Wife, why haven't you got me a hammock? She doesn't know. It's because she didn't get me boxofawesome.com yet. You can put a hammock anywhere. I want that one real bad. Back to the rest of the ad read. To get started to get your Box of Awesome, which could be anything, or it could be a hammock. Holy crap. Just to get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers are going to help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. That right there is freedom, baby. Freedom and a hammock in the same ad read? Each box costs only $45, but has over 70 worth of gear inside. That's a deal. That's a hammock, that's freedom, and a deal in one ad read. So get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Valleycast at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Valleycast for 20% off of your first box. Wife, why don't I have a hammock? She doesn't know. I'll get one soon, though. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, honey, honey, boom, 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 boom. That is my ad read now. We talking about Honey. You know that Honey is the free online shopping tool that automatically finds the best promo codes and applies them to your cart, don't you? That's what it is. And you know how great it feels to save. But how does it feel to save with Honey? Saving with Honey feels like sliding into a seat on the train just before the doors close, hitting every green light on your commute, finishing up your podcast episode right as you walk into work, or getting that extra little kissy kiss from your wife when you think she's done giving you kissy kisses, but she gives you one more. Ain't that right, wife?
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, we use Honey all the time over at the Valleyfolk. We've used it and to save a bunch of money on office supplies, as well as the chairs that we bought for the office, which was really cool. And I've also saved it on traveling for things like going to New York and getting from here to there and back again. Honey's dope. Honey's like a Christmas present every time you click your mouse, which sounds like that could be something that was sent to some kind of like sexy love magazine inquiry person, like Dear Rachel. Honey has found over 18 million members, over $2 billion in savings. Did you know that Honey supports over 30,000 stores online, including Target, Sephora, Best Buy, and more, and they're adding more every day. We're all at home shopping from home right now, so Honey is one of these things that's going to help get us through the crazy that we're all getting through together right now. Users love Honey, and that's why it has over 100,000 plus 5-star reviews on the Google Chrome store. So using Honey feels pretty great. I just established that with my broken speech. Think of it as a little daily victory, everybody. Plus, it's free to use and installs in just a few seconds. So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/Valleycast. That's joinhoney.com/Valleycast. Say Valleycast.
Valleycast.
That was my wife. She said Valleycast. Joinhoney.com/Valleycast. Back to me and my better half. question from Ankita. Ankita. Oh, and I didn't read the other person's name. I'll read that later. Anyways, how did you decide on naming your children? Were there any quarrels? Any names that were vetoed? Was an H to H and a J to J situation? Was it an H to H and J to J situation?
That was actually just a happy coincidence.
Yeah, we weren't thinking about that.
Did not think that at all.
Because, yes, there were many quarrels and no agreements, and there was no
only
chance to do
name.
H and J and H and J or J and J and H and H, because I think for both kids, like, it always just came down to, fine, this is the one that we can agree on at all.
Yeah. Hayden was the only name we could agree on, I think, at that point.
I liked Alex. You hated Alex.
I wanted it to be Alexis, and then we could name her Alex for short, but have like the actual name be a full name. And you said no, I just wanted Alex. I like it now. I just at the time it didn't seem right, and I didn't like it. But I liked more old school traditional names. I liked, Elizabeth and Izzy for short, or Isabel and Bella for short.
We
that
liked
one.
that.
We did like that one. We agreed on that one, and then we knew someone who had just named their child that, and we couldn't.
I was working at Corner Booth Productions in Spokane, and that's kind of where like a lot of the Brats and Beretta stuff started. I was editing their stuff and
filmed there.
But anyways, one of our coworkers had a kid right before we did.
Yeah.
Or like a year before, and her daughter was Isabella and called her Bella. And for whatever reason, for those of you that don't have kids, once you know somebody that has a name
association,
and it's real close, like probably like 6 or under. Like if somebody you know has a kid 6 or under and they have one of the names that you like, you're like, nope,
can't do it.
It's like they steal some of the power from the name somehow.
Yeah.
Sucks. So we liked Bella, but we couldn't do Bella. You liked Elizabeth. I liked Alex and Harper.
I did like Harper though, but it wasn't no. I don't think we brought Harper at the time because that was Jackson's. It was supposed to be if Jackson was a girl, it would have been Harper Grace.
Oh,
so Harper wasn't even brought up at the first round. But I loved Christmas, so I obsessed with Christmas. So I wanted a Christmas name. So I wanted something like Holly or Noel. And I was in 4th grade when I had decided my kids' names like all along. And it was, one of them was supposed to be Anna Noel. And I remember it because it was out of a swimming class that I had gone to. And the teacher had yelled out, Anna Noel, come here. So I really wanted Anna Noel. But at the time, it was during the media frenzy when Hayden was born that Anna Nicole Smith and baby, and when she had died or her son had died.
I would have never went with
that.
Anna anyways.
You would never have done.
Nah.
I know, but it was also during that time, and so it was too close to Anna Noel and Anna Nicole, so we changed that. But I did win the Christmas as far as her middle name goes. Like it had to be Noel.
We agreed.
It had to be Noel. Like that was
win the competition.
well, in a way, because when you got to have Jackson and you got to have his middle name, you got to choose his middle name by honoring your dad, naming him Martin.
You wanted it to be that too.
Well, because of your dad. We both very much love your dad, and so we wanted to honor him by putting Martin.
Won the naming competition.
I won that one, and you won the second one.
Won.
But Hayden was. We had chosen Hayden because it was also an association to the child that we had lost, and his name was Jaden. So we changed Jaden to honor him by changing it to Hayden for a girl. And that's how we got Hayden. And after we decided that moment, that was it. That was an easy Hayden one. Was that.
We got a blanket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, from CAA agency. They'd sent it.
Back when I was repped by CAA for some stupid reason.
They sent this massive gift basket.
I'm sure CAA has like a wall that just says like oops on it. And under it is just like their biggest oopses, and like they're like Luke and Joe. They sent us a blanket, and one of it accidentally said Jaden, right?
Yeah. I think it was because Hayden. They thought it was close. Yeah. With the J.
Maybe it was just a fancy H, and we didn't realize it.
But it was embroidered into it as Jaden.
Yeah. So we still have.
That blanket. Yeah. It was a beautiful blanket.
But. The other thing about names, like if you know a kid, that means you can't use the name. The other unspoken rule is if you have been romantically involved with anybody with the name. So those names automatically
go out.
are taken off of the Wallow names. So with Hayden, it was that, and she's certainly not in any realm named after Hayden Panettiere.
But
I think we were thinking that name might have eked its way into our brains because we were watching Heroes at the time.
Yeah,
and she was kind of a big deal. But has nothing to do with her other than maybe she was the catalyst for creating the synapse that fired.
It's the same kind of thing with Jackson and Jax as far as...
We were watching Sons of Anarchy at the time.
And Jax Teller. So that kind of seeped in there a little bit too. They're not officially named after them, but those were the shows that we were watching during each naming period.
With the back and forth with Jackson, I don't remember a lot of arguing. We liked Cohen.
Cohen Martin. It was kind of one of those things we thought it was Cohen and Beckett. And we decided Cohen way back when we had Hayden, though.
Cohen.
Like we were we were
Cohen?
at a party one time. Hayden was like 6 months old, and we both looked at each other and said, "Oh, we like the name Cohen." And we said if we ever have any other kids, we would name the boy Cohen, and that's how that got carried over into it. But that
Cohen.
was 7 years later or something.
If we had a kid right now and it was a boy, would we even consider Cohen? I don't think
I
I would
don't
consider
know.
Cohen. I don't know why I liked it.
I don't know.
Cohen
I
Beretta.
like it, but I don't know if it would work
Beckett
now.
Beretta sounds dope.
But see, all I can think of is Bucket. Like every time you would bring up Beckett, I would think
If
Bucket.
he was a basketball player, though, and he was good, they'd call him Buckets Beretta.
That is true. That would be a pretty awesome name.
Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Buckets.
Bucket Beretta. Bucket Beretta.
Old Buckets over
Buckets Beretta.
there. So yeah, Beck would be cool. And then, so I think Jackson we just liked. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't as hard.
Yeah.
And I like Jackson, and it's yet to happen yet. But we call him Jax.
Yeah.
And we spell that Jax.
Yeah.
But we've yet to ever call him Jack. There's no,
yeah.
I've never been like, hey, Jack. And that's
No.
like a good, strong, somebody's going to call him that.
Somebody will. In fact, he's even called himself that because Jack from The Incredibles. So he's like, Jack Flash. I'm Jack's Flash.
But Jack's still kind of like a cute side nicknamey thing. Like if he called himself, I think a girl, like his first girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever calls him a pet, like they'll probably call him Jack.
You think so?
Yeah, or like a PE
just as
coach
long as
will
it's
be
not
like,
Jackie.
get over here, Jack.
Just
Yeah.
not Jackie. Don't call him Jackie.
I don't mind Jackie.
Jackie.
I don't mind Jackie.
Little Jackie.
Yeah. But I feel like a dad has to call him Jackie first. Like, I have to
Yeah.
be like, hey, Jackie, get over here. But I don't.
But it's Jax.
It's Jax.
It's Jax or Jackson if he's in trouble. Jackson Martin.
Jackson Martin. And Martin is my dad's name, and we named that's the middle name. I can't even imagine we had another.
I don't think there was.
I don't
I
think we
think
had
that was
another
always
choice.
going to be a choice.
Yeah. My brother, Kevin, who is up in Seattle right now with his family, or Seattle area. I think Kirkland is, or Bellevue. It's they're up there.
Bellevue?
They're up there. He's a cop during all of this craziness, and his wife, Jenny, is an ICU nurse and has been dealing with the craziness that's been going up there. They're both heroes and a king and a queen for doing what they're doing through all of this. But they just had a kid not too long ago, and they named him Bo, which I think is pretty cool.
Bo.
Bo
Yeah.
Beretta.
It sounds pretty like a
Bo
badass,
Beretta.
solid name.
Yeah, and then his middle name is also Martin. So apparently we like my dad. There you go, Dad.
You know he's just beaming if he watches this. He's gonna be like,
Your name lives on. Blah. So yeah, that's the story behind the names.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But it was contentious for a while. Like we're both.
We could never agree on names for Hayden. Like Jackson was pretty easy, but Hayden,
Won. You
it
didn't
was
win Noel.
battle.
You
It was battling.
You didn't win Noel. If I remember correctly, I went. Christmas means a lot to you, and I love you endlessly. You can have the middle name.
Are you rewriting history
No.
here?
I just didn't want it to be the first name. That's it. That's it. Okay. So that's a good. See, it's
Yeah.
easy. Podcasting is easy.
All
Huh?
right.
How are you feeling right now?
A little better.
Like 1 to 10.
I'm getting there. It's about a 6 now. I
Look
would
at that,
say.
everybody.
We're up to a 6.
First podcast. She's
First-
already
I
up
was
to a
podcast
6.
virgin.
What are your favorite breakfast foods from Nathan Gagne?
My favorite breakfast food? Coffee. Lots and lots of coffee.
Yeah, she's a coffee. She's a coffee lady.
I don't really eat a lot of breakfast foods. I'm more like Ensures. Like I'll drink Ensures or a banana or something, but coffee. Lots of coffee
Her
first.
existence has revolved in some way or another around coffee since I've known you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I worked at a coffee shop, so it started from that moment.
That's where we met. There's a small, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mean to speak for you, or through you. But, if we weren't going through what we're going through with all the health stuff, that taking up so much time, she would love to own a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And if I'm ever successful in any way, shape, or form, and I can make a jump like that, I've always wanted to provide that opportunity, start a coffee shop somehow where you could run it and be the boss, or just a barista. We have somebody else be the boss, or whatever you wanted to be.
I would love that.
Because you miss that, right?
I do. I miss making coffee. I miss drinking coffee right now. I miss my lattes more than anything right now.
Your crappy Starbucks burnt coffee lattes.
I have to. I mean, there's not a lot of options here. That's the other thing. There's no coffee shops here. It's mostly just you either get Starbucks or Coffee Bean. So it would be an amazing opportunity to have it here. But
I haven't looked into the legislature or the legality of it all, but the difference between the Northwest, where we grew up and frequented throughout my college years and our beginning parts of being in a relationship and we weren't married then. There's no drive-through coffee stands in LA. They're all over the place up in Spokane.
Everywhere,
Seattle.
Every block, there's at least
It's
one
awesome.
or two. Yeah,
But they don't exist here, and I don't know why.
no, I think it's something to do with a lot of people think it'll take away from the look of the place. I don't know. I've heard that from other people. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I know that over especially in the Beverly Hills area, they said that it would take away from the beauty of the environment of it or something. So they
Beverly
won't
Hills.
do it. Nobody wants to deal with construction of it, and so it's the same thing with
Nobody cares
transportation.
about Beverly Hills. Give me a
They
break,
don't
Beverly Hills.
want it to make it look worse than it is, or the construction of it, and they don't want to deal with it. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but there isn't any here. I wish there was, so that I would go to those places, because that is one thing I miss the most is the coffee shops, the little drive-through.
The variety. And, we're, to be fair, we are not good LA residents. And by that, I mean, we've been here 9 years now, 10?
Almost. Well, it was 2009 when we moved here.
Yeah, so more, 10, 11 years. We're going on our
Yep.
11th year. We are bad at really experiencing LA. So
Taking
we're not
advantage of LA.
driving around and finding coffee shop nooks. I'm sure they're around. They are. We found a couple, but we're not searching for them. We have yet to go to all the big concert venues. We've yet to go to
I haven't even gone to Hollywood Bowl.
Either of us-
Yeah.
yeah. We don't, because we're busy
Yeah.
and tired a lot, but also I think we came down here with a little too much infused, we're not going to be LAers. And because of that, I think that pushed us away from really trying to enjoy it the way we should. We'd go to the beach sometimes, but we're not beach people at all. I think I hate the beach.
Yeah.
I think I hate the beach.
The sand all up in places.
Yeah.
And,
It's hot.
No,
I have some fun. I can have there's a 5%
well,
chance
once
I
you're
can have
there,
fun.
in the thick of it,
We're also too far.
Yeah. So, and I do like Marina Del Rey area where it's just peaceful and kind of cleaner. You go to other places and it's hard to just spread out and just bring your family there.
It takes the whole day.
Yeah.
It's not just you're there and back. You're taking
load up everything
load it
because
up,
you live so
and then
far
you're
away.
Sandy, and being sandy sucks. And we just didn't grow up beach kids.
No.
We're lake kids.
Yeah.
We love water features. We just hate sand.
Camping, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And salt water. Salt water is not as fun as pure mountain aqua goodness.
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, LA. So all these concert places that we should be going to, but we don't, and we forget. We go to Disneyland. We love Disneyland.
Yeah. I love Disneyland. It's my favorite place.
You adore it. Yeah.
I do. If I am in a bad mood or anything and I end up going to Disneyland, it will just put an instant smile on my face.
What are your 3 favorite Disneyland attractions?
First favorite would be, it's kind of a tie, I guess. The Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah.
And Soarin'. I love Soarin'.
You love Soarin'?
I do.
I feel like Soarin's a little cheesy.
It is, but it's beautiful. And I mean, I love history, like anything to do with history and historical monuments and stuff like that. And right now they have the historical monument stuff. So it shows a lot of that. And you know, get to go look inside and around it. And as if you're in a helicopter or a plane or something. Okay. I enjoy it.
So Soarin', Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So that's kind of tied for first. But if it, like, those would be the top two. Let's see. The third one would be Peter Pan. I really like Peter Pan.
Cute.
It's magical. Like, it's coming from a parent looking at their kids.
When you're flying over London.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
The Starry Night and all that. It's beautiful.
The line is too long for what you get out of Peter Pan, though.
The ride is kind of shorter, and the line is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, even in the late night, it's still long.
I'm an Indiana Joneser. You know that. I'll go on that 10 times in a row. Indiana Jones is my number one. My number two, really close to being tied with Indiana Jones, is World of Color.
Oh, well, is that a ride?
It's an
though?
attraction.
It's okay.
It's a favorite thing within the walls of the land, even though it's California Adventure, whatever.
Okay.
But Soarin'. World of Color is so creative and magical and emotional. I cry every time. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. Those two things, and then I really.
What about Haunted Mansion during Christmas?
You love Haunted Mansion.
I love Haunted Mansion.
I like
Christmas.
Haunted Mansion. I don't love Haunted Mansion.
That's Hayden's and I's like number one together favorite. Like, we have to ride together on that one.
Splash Mountain was really fun when I went down it finally. But you know what I really, really enjoy a lot, and it's unexpected, but it's a great family moment, and I always have a really good time doing it, is Midway Madness. Is that what it's called? It's the one where you're shooting things during Toy Story.
The Toy Story one. Okay.
It's really cool. You're inside like a moving video game, and you're shooting at these screens,
3D.
these augmented reality screens, and you're just having fun with your family. It's like you're sitting with Jackson and you're trying to beat each other. I'm sitting with Hayden. We look at our scores at the end.
It's
really
makes
fun.
It more magical.
I really love that a lot. So
that's a good one. I do like that one a lot.
Those
too.
are really good. So that's how we LA. We drive around sometimes. We're just used to smaller town existences, but I think
stay
we've
in your
adapted.
Bubble a little bit.
Yeah.
We stick around this area quite a bit.
But we've adapted a bit. We go out and we try things, and I'm trying to like get us to go travel some more. This coronavirus thing didn't help. Like, I wanted us to go down to San Diego. I was going to surprise you guys.
I still haven't gone down to San Diego. It's been,
drive.
10 years now, and promise every year you're going to take me to San Diego, and we just never end up going.
I brought you to San Jose.
We did go to San Jose, and I got to see the Winchester Mystery Mansion, which is a number one thing for me.
See?
Really wanted to do that.
I'm a dream maker.
Yeah.
Dream come true maker. Did you love that? Was that everything that you wanted it to be?
It was. I enjoyed that very much. And then we stumbled upon that Egyptian antiquities.
It was like the largest or the second largest.
It was the largest in the United States.
Egyptian
museum.
It was great.
And I'm obsessed with Egyptology and all that. And it was fun. It was just something we stumbled on that Hayden found, I think, when she was looking for things to do. And it was amazing. It was. They had the replica of King Tut's whole museum in there, and you could go into it.
That was cool. Okay. All right. So I forget even what we were answering, but
we started with the breakfast foods and went to coffee, and then I don't remember
how many minutes.
Disneyland
How many minutes into this podcast do you think we are?
I don't know. 43 minutes.
51 minutes. Look at it. I told you it flies by. You're doing great. You're doing great. Our kids are only now starting to kill each other. If you guys can hear that.
Still no crying, so we're okay.
Okay, I'm going to do it. All right. But I'll probably put a spin on it. All right, ready? Lucas asks, hey, you. Had a question that I've been sitting on for Heather. Who is your favorite member of the Valleyfolk? Much love to everybody out there. Wash your hands. I'm taking myself out of the running. You have to pick between
that
Steve
is
and
not
Elliot.
even fair. I can't do that. That's not fair.
How about this? Say one nice thing about each of them.
Steve is very larger than life personality, and he can always make me laugh. And he always makes me feel welcome. I do very much appreciate that. He's very charismatic, So I enjoy having conversations with him, and he just seems to get it. He's kind of a kid at heart himself.
And he always kisses you so deep every single
Very
time.
much. He's very passionate, very lovely. Yeah.
Gets all the way in there.
And then Elliot is very intellectual. He's very smart, yes, and I enjoy listening to the conversations he has. His take on things and his point of view kind of makes me think very outside of the box on things. I don't necessarily always agree with some of his opinions, but it's actually nice to hear a different side of it than my own. So that definitely helps.
And he kisses you deep every single time.
He's also very passionate lover. Very gentle and giving. So there you go. They're very different, but equally as amazing.
This will be fun since somebody asked. Scott asks, has Heather spent much time in Montana? And if so, what did she think about it?
Oh, I love Montana. I'd live there in a heartbeat if I could. It's beautiful, majestic mountains, fresh air, smaller towns, which is like what I'm used to. I grew up in a very, very small town.
Yeah, how big was your class?
I think it was 10. I think there was a class of 10 people, graduating class. It's fun to say I was valedictorian, but it's also not as fun to say valedictorian of class of 10. So I think there was 52
You were the
people.
valedictorian.
Yeah, there you go. 52 or 57 people in my entire high school.
That's
at the
insanity.
time.
That's not even real.
Yeah.
That's you're a storybook character. You're a
That's
legend.
right.
You don't exist. You are from early Americana literature. That's
they
who
make
you
movies
are.
about me. Small town girl coming to the big city.
You're Hallmark. You're just Hallmark
That's right.
Beretta.
Shattered with Christmas, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Montana.
Oh, yes, I do really like Montana. I live there.
If we were to go back, it's hard to say that we would live where I grew up because
It's
not really
it's
a
almost
job
too
market.
small in
It's
a way.
beautiful. I
Yeah.
would if I could make a living there. I don't think I could unless I made some changes, perhaps. But Missoula, Montana, is 100% a place.
Right.
That
It's
is
got
kind of on our.
historical buildings. It's big enough. It's kind of a college town. It's got a lot of coffee shops.
It's got culture. It's got things to do, and it's got the outdoors surrounding it. And I got a lot of friends there, and some professional coworkers and acquaintances as well. I would love to live in the Flathead Valley, perhaps someday, if possible. It's just right now it doesn't seem feasible.
Right.
But it is nice. The Glacier Park area would be our back door, which would be great. Going back to that and appreciating that.
Open fresh air.
Hayden might kill
Flathead
us
Lake.
though.
Oh yeah, Hayden admitted to me the other day. She's like, "Mom, it's official. I'm a city girl. I am very much a
Gross.
city girl."
She doesn't know.
She
She doesn't
straight
know
up said that
any
the other
better.
day. I am a city girl, Mom. I am not.
I took her to Montana. She was jumping off the cliffs with me. She's fine.
She'll be fine. And yes, I have spent a lot of time in Montana. We used to go back there every holiday almost.
Yeah, every Christmas. What Hayden doesn't understand is that seasons do exist. They
Right.
don't exist here at all.
No.
Hot and fire season. That's what we got in the
Yeah.
LA area. And I think there's potential if she ran around with the right group of people, if we were to ever move back, she would understand that there's just so much more to do. The world like opens up once
Right.
the seasons open up, once the changes occur, because there's all these winter activities in spring and summer. And the thing about seasons, which I've discovered since living here, is that in LA, time, it moves by so swiftly because there's no goalposts throughout the year.
Right.
Right.
There's nothing to break it up, the seasons to change it.
Yeah.
So everything just feels like one big long.
When you're in the Northwest or somewhere comparable and you have these seasons, it's like, oh shit, it's winter. We have 3 motherfucking months. We're gonna get up on this hill. And we're gonna go skiing. We're gonna go tubing. And we got Christmas coming up. So you got these little goalposts, and it makes you do goal setting, and you have to get it done.
Right.
And when it's summer, it's like, shit, dog, we got 3 months. Let's go to the lake this many weekends. Let's take our trip this weekend, and then you have to get it in or you miss your shot. In LA, it's like,
Yeah,
we could go
do
to the
that.
beach.
We could go next week. We go
Or
this week.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all,
inside, outside. It's too hot, too cold. But
I think it messes with your
yeah.
inner workings,
Well,
your sense of
especially
time.
with like holidays, like Halloween, you're used to fall, so you're used to like bundling up in sweaters and that crisp air. And here we have to just light the candles and turn the AC on.
Yeah, that's another good way to put it. In that 3 months, you
Yeah.
could be like, "Oh shit, I got 3 months to wear my fluffy hat."
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm gonna wear my
I'm gonna
fluffy hat.
use the shit out of
For
this.
3 months, I'm gonna be fluffy hat Joe, and that's all I got. And then in LA, it's like I never get to wear my fluffy hat.
Yeah, you get maybe one day a year to wear boots and a raincoat or something, and that's it. Scarf. Like, it gets really hot really quick.
Rain days in LA, they do feel like holidays, though.
They
When-
do.
When
yeah.
it does
you gotta
rain,
take
it's like
full advantage of it. It's snow days to everyone else, but to us, it doesn't happen very often. So, like, even Christmas, you're walking in tank tops and flip flops, and it's hard to hear the songs like "Walking in a Winter Wonderland" when you're 80 degrees or
Yeah.
so, and it just doesn't feel like Christmas. It doesn't chop it up as
But that's
much.
us because we grew up with snow,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
actual white Christmases here. I'm sure there's people like Hayden.
Hayden doesn't know
Doesn't
those
quite
holidays
understand it.
and
She's been up
weather
in
the same
Montana
way
for
as
some of it.
much. Some of it, but not like she doesn't have the same nostalgia that
Yeah.
we do when it comes to Christmas, like making snowmen and stuff like that during Christmas.
We did that. We made snowmen.
Mm-hmm.
Jealous. Yeah, that was fun. Did you have fun? It's good to end. What are we at? We're at an hour. We're at a good solid hour. I think that's good for your first podcast.
All right.
We answered some questions. How do you feel now that you've done it?
It's still about a 6 or 7.
You're about a 6 or a 7?
I'm going to wonder like, oh, great. How did I do?
You did great. You did great. You did everything that you needed to do. You
There's a reason I'm not always on camera.
You give good interview. So we're going to go back to our lives. We're going to make dinner. We're going to
Yeah.
argue with our kids when we try to get them
Step
to
up.
bed. We're going to play some Jackbox. It's going to be good times. I do want to give a shout out real quick before we go. This is me doing the business side of it all, so you get to see Daddy at work.
Right.
Swain Wilka is one of our 100-tier patrons, and he has a really cool project that I'm going to shout out, which is something that we do for this tier. If somebody has something and they want us to give it a little shouty poo to the masses, it's something that we do. So if you have a project or something like that you'd want more people to know about, maybe consider supporting us at patreon.com/thevalleyfolk at this level. But Swain writes once a month. Oh, he wrote the intro for me. I'm gonna do the intro again. Once a month on our Patreon 100 tier, we shout out one of you guys. This month is our patron Swain, which is Wayne, but with an S at the beginning, who recently started a company called Maker's Influence. He and his girlfriend made a simple game, a match 3 game, and there are 100 levels to play with more coming soon. Maker's Influence takes up to 85% of money earned through people playing the game, and they give it right back to the creative people who told you about the game in the first place. So holy crap, this is like a double win for us. We get to support Swain, and then Swain is supporting people like us for shouting out people like Swain. It's a really fun idea, and I'd love for it to be successful for everybody involved. He's got a blog, like he said, makersinfluence.com. You can go check it out. He's got some further about over there. It says we're a very small group of people trying to make it easier for creators to live off of their passion through the help of the people who like them. If you play our game, be aware that any ads you see or any purchases made help us support whoever it is that told you about the game in the first place, assuming we asked them to tell you, which means that you are supporting them by playing the game. Really fun idea. Thank you for supporting us, Swain. Hopefully we can support you in your supporting of others. I was trying to check it out. It looks like it's for Android right now. iOS update coming soon, so give it a look. We'll have a link down in the description, and you can give it a shot. In the meantime, this podcast is on youtube.com/the Valleycast now. Please spread the word. It's not on our main Valleyfolk channel. There are highlights there, but we're trying to build up the new podcast channel because we have new podcasts that'll be coming out on it, including First Time Show, and I'm still trying to figure out my format for my Feeling Good podcast, but it is coming. And then John Krasinski went and stole my fucking idea, and of course it's doing way better than it ever fucking do if I did it, but then he did it. Now if I do it, people are gonna fucking say that I stole his idea, but he
Bring
stole
it on
my
back.
fucking idea first.com. So yeah, and keep watching the new Your Show episodes. We appreciate all your support. It's been really fun doing it all, and Hank and John Green are liars. You can check out that video. Yeah, you got any shout outs? You want to say hi to anybody? Do you have any projects you want the world to know about?
I think I'm okay.
Is
I
your-
think you got most of it.
Is your project making like sweet, sweet love to your husband later?
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Hell yeah. I think that's it for the Valleycast. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Like I said, support your neighbors, support your non-neighbors, people that are farther away any way you can. And I hope you all make it through this with as much happiness and health as possible.
And thanks for listening on my very first podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good job. You killed it. Where's the cat?